Let's start with adding a new form to our application. Let's say it's a contact us form. I want to start with creating a lead scoring system. So in the lead scoring system, we are generating leads and automatically scoring them. So we know if they're the right fit for us or not. So it can be super easily done with Formaloo. Let's say this is a contact us form. You can even start with the contact us form template that exists in the templates gallery. Just search for contact us and you will have it. But I want to start from scratch so you see how you can build things yourself. So let's say we have the basic information for asking for the full name, email address. Probably you want some of them required, so the user has to submit them, enter them before submitting the form. And maybe their phone number or maybe their company name and their role in the company, something like this. Of course, you can customize the questions however you want. And let's add a new page to our form. As you see here, this is a classic form, which shows all of the fields on the same page. One question at a time shows each question on a separate page. So if I switch to one question at a time, it's mostly ideal for surveys that you want to show one question at a time for the user to only focus on that question. But for contact us forms and for lead generation forms, usually it again depends on the use case, but it's best to have everything on the same page to make it more organized and the user can fill out the form really fast. So in this case, maybe here we need to add a new page to ask for other information. Maybe we want to add, actually, let's move this back up to the previous page. And here maybe we want to add a new question for the company size. So I will add a single choice field and ask for the company size. Maybe if you move these two questions down, it would be more relevant. Let's move company here and same as role. So this is the company size, and in the options, you can enter the options right here or bulk choice using the bulk choice right here. And let's say we have 1 to 10 employees and 11 to 50, 50 to 51 to maybe 200 and 200 to 500 and 500 plus or more than 500. Okay, let's insert the choices. And here we have them. And what else? Maybe we want to ask for the industry to see what industry they're coming from. Let's add it as a drop down so it can be searched easily and they can um, find it easily. Technology, healthcare, finance, education, other. Right. So these are the options that we insert into our drop-down list, and they will show up on the form. Next, maybe we can ask for the estimated budget. Maybe it would be good to have it as a single choice again, so they can find it easily and select the option. So for the estimated option budget, it means like when you're contacting us as a agency and you want us to build something for you, you have a project. So you might have an opinion about the budget you have. So this is the use case I'm covering now. You can customize the questions however you want. I just want to show you how things could work. Um, when it comes to scoring leads. So this is a lead scoring form, right? So you're asking the lead information and then you want to um, score them based on the data they insert into the form. Let's say this is our form, and we're asking for basic information, then the company, the role, and company size, industry, estimated budget. Let's save everything and preview the form. So this is the form. I didn't add any logo or description. Of course, you can add them right here, upload logo, cover picture, customize the colors, add background image, add description. So there are a lot of customization options. But for the sake of this demo, let's see how things work here. So I will enter my basic information and yeah, so I select the technology and this and submit the form. And this is the ending page. Of course, you can customize the ending page as well, change it however you want. You can have multiple ending pages and show the right ending page as unique. So let's go to Logic and see how we can score the leads that submit this form. So the basic information is good to have and like they're required. So I won't do any scoring there, but if you don't want to make an essential information required, you can add a scoring on that. So for example, if they enter the company name, it's a score. So you will add, let's add a rule on the company. So if company is answered, I want to add a value to my score. So I have to create a score because there's no variable here, right? I need to have a variable for the lead score to understand, okay, what's the score of this lead. So I will call it the lead score. And it's an integer value, so integer is a numeric value, it's a number. And you have other options like text, decimal, and formula. And so this is the lead score, and now I can get back to my logic of the company, add a rule if company is answered at, let's say, 10 to lead score. So if the user answers the company, it means I know where they're coming from, which company they're representing. So the lead has more score with me because it's easier for me to evaluate that lead and understand and outreach to them. So this is how you can not, instead of making the field required, you can score them based on it. Maybe it's not required, but if they enter it, it's a good point. So I added 10 points to the lead score. You can do the same for the role, but let's see how it works on the choice options. Let's add a rule here. If company size was 1 to 10, maybe I want to add 1 point to lead score. But if it was 11 to 50, I'll add 2 to lead score, and as so on and so forth. If it's this, of course, you can change the numbers. You can add more points to lead score. You can add less points. It's based on your scoring system. So you can develop your own scoring system and customize it here and change it however you want. And it's super easy. So, and it's saved automatically, so you don't have to um, do anything. And tells you that it's saved, so yeah. So this is how you can score the lead. You can do the same for the rest of the questions. If the industry, for example, let's say a specific industry is more important to you and it's your target persona, maybe technology or healthcare is your target persona. So if they answer with healthcare, I want to add 10 points to the lead score because this is a very important lead for me. But if they answer with maybe finance, I want to add um, one. 1.2 lead score. And as you go on, you can add a score to each of the options and score the lead who's entering and submitting this form. Same for budget. If they have more budget, they're more important to you. So maybe you want to add more score to this lead to analyze them. So let's submit the form again and see how it works. So this is the information that we have. And I will enter the company, add some information here. It was healthcare that had most scores. And let's submit. You can view your form responses right in your forms dashboard. We just created this from a template, no, from scratch. Sorry, we built this from scratch. This is the responses of my form. And as you see, because we entered the information, because the second time it was scoring, the lead score has a value here. And you can sort leads based on this lead score. You can filter them based on this lead score. For example, if you can change how you want to show your data, and you can filter them based on the industry. For example, I only want to see the healthcare industry here. Let me show you an example. So let's say, let's look at this page. So here I want to only see the healthcare, right? So this is how you can filter it and only view the healthcare leads and not the rest of them. But there's more to it. Let's say I want to label leads based on their score. So I will edit the base again. This is my contact us base. And let's add another variable for the lead level or something, right? So let's say it's a text field, and let's say I have a scoring system in which I label leads based on hot leads, warm leads, cool leads, or cold leads. And for example, hot leads are leads who have submitted the form and have a score value of maybe more than 10. So you can in this case, you can go to the advanced logic. And on the last question, we have on submitting the form. And submitting the form is when your form is getting submitted and everything is ready. You have all variables filled, you have all questions filled, and everything is ready. It's just getting submitted. So it's the best place to add the last moment logic. If you add a logic on this field, the logic happens when the user is answering this field. So you can say if company was this. So when the user is answering industry, it will double check the company value here. If you add a logic here, it happens when you're answering this question. So it's important to know and be aware of where you're adding your logic rules. Let's add a logic rule on submitting the form. And here we say if the lead score was maybe greater than or equal to maybe 5, let's say, at, actually I didn't name the variable, add hot lead to variable. Let's save changes and get back to our editor. So here, actually, let's lead or lead coolness, hotness. This is our lead level, and let's submit the form and see how things change. So here I enter the information, and let's say this is here, and I forgot to enter industry. So getting back to the results, actually this is the filtered view. Good. So here we have the lead score and the lead level. As you see here, the lead level is hot lead because it's more than 5. This lead score is more than 5. So this is how you can label your leads based on whatever you have. Maybe if the lead score is more than 10, you want to label them as hot. If it's between 10 and 8, maybe they're warm. 8 and 5, cool, and less than 5, cold leads. So this is a cool example of automated lead scoring system.